This Murder. I'm your detective, Bill.
And I am your crime scene criminal and witnesses, Dani. We're on part 4 of The Slain Singer.
In part 3, I listened to Anita's music and discovered that she may have been blackmailing somebody.
Shredder told him that Anita was the one who had been stealing money from Peter in order to fuel her various crazy habits.
And we listened to Mottled Crew lead singer Heston's testimony, in which he said that Anita called him a thief during the fight. And we also discovered that Lily knows why. Wait, so you were headhunting, you were going after them? You wanted to work for Mottled Crew instead of for Blind Puma? Why did we name the bands this way?
Yes. Look, yes, that's exactly what was happening. Blind Puma wasn't going anywhere. Like I said, they were the sort of band that deserved a quick start and a quick finish. I know these things. I've studied these things.
But MC isn't?
No. Have you seen them? They've been around for longer. They have more consistent plans. They get consistent too, as their audience is the right type to keep them going for years. It's bizarre. You wouldn't think that there would be such differences in this field, but there really are. I promise. I have looked into it. There's no doubt in my mind. Blind Puma did not have this sort of lasting power. And I tried to explain that to Anita several times, and she just didn't get it. She wanted to keep going, to keep playing the safe and steady route. It was frustrating.
Did she know that you were going to be working for... it seems that she must have.
I don't understand how. I know her temper. I knew that something like that fight could have occurred. That was always a possibility, just with how she liked acting around other people, especially outsiders like Mottled Crew. She'd like to show off and pretend that she was, the big dog, the crazy one, even though she really was not.
Wasn't she? She started a fist fight. She threw a punch.
It was completely unheard of in a normal context. There were no photographers around. Nothing like that. This wasn't being filmed in any way. That is unusual. And yet, it was still in my mind. I didn't want her to find out. We had argued about business before. I wanted to make a quick, clean exit as soon as all of the arrangements had been made. But apparently she found out. I didn't know this. I don't know how. I made very clear to make all my arrangements out of sight of her. Because, at the very least, she probably would have blabbed.
And she never approached you with any... She never talked to you about this?
Not at all.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm assuming that...
This is a police investigation. You don't want to be lying to me.
No, of course not. I wouldn't. No, if she only just had a fight with them, I assume she only just found out?
Maybe. But how do you explain then the strange track titles on the latest album?
I'm sorry? What?
Well, it seems to me that maybe she seems like she's got a secret, or she wants to keep you here. I know. Keep me happy. Spill, spill, spill. When I saw her, it sounds like she saw you making these plans. She knew. Or did she have some other dirt on you?
Saw me doing what?
Well, that's the question, Lily.
Email them and text them. That's hardly riveting song material. Have you seen that song? It's all about skulking behind people's backs. I would hardly say that that's what I was doing. The song titles, I suppose there is a bit of a furtive feel about the new album, isn't there?
It
Interesting.
is.
No, I don't know. This has been all quite recent. I'm quite sure that she started writing that album a month or two ago. Before it came out. I feel like she started writing those songs before this could have been known to her at all.
I wonder now if maybe these songs do have to do with Dom and Jeanette. Jeanette.
It was Jeanette.
A few months ago, she started writing it.
A couple of months
ago, and they got
yes.
engaged a couple of months ago as well, didn't they?
Yes. As I know, God, I don't follow their personal lives that well. I think that the album started being written in right on the new year. She got right into it then. They got engaged October, November.
Oh, interesting. Did she find out some secret in the relationship? What does she know? This isn't to you, by the way. This is an aside. What did she know? What does that mean? If Lily was planning to swap over to Heston and work for Mottled Crew, that implies that that's why Anita called him a thief. Like, you've stolen my manager away from me? What else could he have stolen? Like, this is clearly something that he's stolen away. Why would she... Lily?
Yeah?
If this is the reason the fight happened, if the fight was over you, why would Anita be so protective of you? If you wanted to leave, surely she should just let you leave. Is there any reason she would be so... Like, she would assume that he had stolen you away from her?
Well, I suppose you could say it like that. Good managers are hard to find. And I know what I'm doing, and I'm not going to waste my time with someone who doesn't. But I assume she wanted someone who knew what they were doing. To be left without a manager, especially when you have just spent your time being told by said manager that you may not last much longer as a group, it may have agitated her. Or you're right, maybe there's more to it that I don't know.
Interesting. God, okay.
What I'd like to know is how she knew.
How did she know? You say you sent emails?
Of course.
Texts?
Yeah,
phone calls?
all of that. But,
while you were on tour?
Well, sure, but never in sight of her. Like, the last thing I'd want is a scene, so...
Where do you leave your phone?
I don't.
You keep it with you at all times?
Of course.
Okay. I feel like I've got all of these little threads that I need to connect together into some coherent idea of what I'm doing here. Like I've got these... She obviously knew something. She had some secret that was going on. Dirty, you know I know. Keep me happy, spill, spill, spill. When I saw her, what is she... It could have something to do with Dom and his fiancée. That's another her who's in the scene. I can't talk to his fiancée, can I? She's not around.
She can be around if you wanted to.
Okay. Talk to her. I could talk to Dom about her. Or it could be related to something with Lily. What secrets? But, like... That doesn't seem like it. Like, her working for Mottled Crew doesn't seem to be the secret that is being kept or anything like that. What is going on there? Where? Maybe Dom will have something to say. I'm going to talk to Dom again.
Oh yes, hello, detective.
Dom, what did Anita know about you and Jeanette?
Honestly, a little bit of everything. I talk about her quite a good deal. And they've met, definitely. So, who knows? Open book.
What did you think of the most recent album?
What about it?
Lyrics?
I mean, our most recent album.
Yeah, yours.
Oh yes, it felt like it took a bit of a sinister turn, didn't it? Almost that disemboweling song. Ooh,
yes.
quite up there. But compared to the others, I don't know, quite good. I expected, I would say. I think it was some of my best work.
Interesting.
You've heard the riff on I know on You Know I Know.
Interesting title, You Know I Know.
Mm-hmm.
What does she know?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was like that, that classic song. I know. I thought that she was just taking inspiration.
Okay. Sure.
One of my favorites.
Of course. And that song is? What's the name of that song?
Why would you do this to me?
Well, he doesn't seem to know. He didn't crack under pressure.
What pressure?
I don't know. Dom, I think Anita was blackmailing you.
Excuse me?
I think she knew something about Jeanette. Or you. She saw Jeanette do something, and you were paying to keep her quiet.
Oh, that... Look, I've got to be honest, this is news to me. Look, it's no secret that Jeanette didn't particularly like Anita, but I mean, if anything, look, that's probably my fault, being, in close quarters with a woman like her for so long. That's bound to make anyone feel a little bit uncomfortable. But I never noticed any kind of animosity to that extent between them, and, what could my Jeanette have done?
I don't know. I'm going to talk to her. Bring in Jeanette.
Oh, sure this is necessary.
Yep. You go away.
Yes, absolutely. Do you want me to call her? I can
call her.
Oh, absolutely. No problem.
Jeanette, come in so I can talk to you in person.
Okay. Cool. Takes a while. She has to fly in from Chester.
Of course. Real Chester this time.
Yep, cool. She looks fancy enough. Much fancier than distressed denim and pink hair.
Jeanette.
Yes, that's me.
How much were you paying Anita to keep quiet?
Who the hell is Anita?
You know who Anita is.
Oh, the singer.
Yeah.
Oh, Apocalypse. Yeah, right, her. Paying her? Why would I pay her?
Because she knew your secret.
What?
She knew. And you knew she knew. You didn't want her to spill, so you had to keep her happy. Because she saw you.
Are you saying that I've been blackmailed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it is.
Look, son, if I were being blackmailed, have you seen my family's team of lawyers? Have you seen the gangsters that run my family's team of lawyers?
Well, I don't know how to do this investigation.
Look, I ain't getting blackmailed. If I've done anything, then someone wants to come to me and tell me all of these terrible things that they think I've done. They ain't getting anything out of me.
Okay.
Honestly. Ridiculous. Well, did you know her? Did she say something to you before she died?
No. No.
Look, it's all how it goes, isn't it? She's well, she's just like all the other girls, isn't she? She loves the drama.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm not like that.
Get out of here, Jeanette. Go home to Chester. There's one other angle that this could all be. Completely unrelated to anything. But it would be very, very weird. Which is that, she was having an affair. Maybe she's having an affair with Heston. And the thief thing was not about Lily, but it was about Jeanette. And Anita being like, you stole Dom's fiancé away from him. You're a thief of hearts. Which is a weird thing. But there's some connection there. Though why she would be so involved in that unless she's also, I don't know, invest in that relationship in a weird way, or I don't know. That could be an aspect to it. Cheating is a classic thing to blackmail someone for when they're in a relationship. And given that Jeanette really only exists right now as Dom's fiancé, seems the most reasonable. But what else? What else could she have done? If she knew a secret, is there anything I've seen so far? Because I'm kind of it's like shot in the dark to be like, hey Lily, she's been blackmailing you. Hey Jeanette, she's been blackmailing you. Because I don't know what she could have been blackmailing people about. Let's think this through, right? The album was from a few months ago, so it would have been... So what would she have known a few months ago? What was different a few months ago? Do I know much about the time period in which she was writing this? I know she's always been, violent and aggressive. Recently, she's had a few more weird things. This seems to be from before Lily was swapping over to try and work for Modelled Crew, right? I got that impression from that conversation. That if this was about that, this was way before anyone would have known. So maybe it's not about that. What else was going on? It was a little bit after Dom had gotten engaged. It was before Lily was swapping over to try and work for Modelled Crew. So it had to have been about something else. But what else could it be about? What was going on back then? Do I know? I mean, presumably Lily was at that point was telling her that her career wasn't going to go anywhere. I'm assuming that was fairly consistent and could have been going on at that point. Shannon thinks Anita was stealing from Peter, but that doesn't seem like that has anything to do with anything. Unless Shannon was stealing from Peter and that who's just throwing me off the scent. But again, I don't think that'd be that interesting. When I saw her, Who's the her? Dom's fiance is the powerful, successful one. Maybe it is about Dom. Maybe it is an infidelity thing, and Dom was cheating on, and she was blackmailing Dom about it. That seems weird, especially to then put that into the song titles. Maybe there's some connection there. Saw someone with Dom and it's like, hey, don't make me ruin your life because your fiance has a powerful team of lawyers and mafia people. You don't want her to find out. Is that something? It's unrelated to the fight, but maybe she... I mean, my motive column definitely needs blackmail in it. But how do I do... I mean, I can't... Can I just go up to Dom and be like, hey, were you cheating on your fiancé?
Yeah, probably not going to do much, is it?
No. It's there, but I don't have it. So I need to find out...
That said, you want to ask him and he'll say, no! Oh, by all their heavens, no! I couldn't do such a thing to my Princess Jeanette.
Yeah, all right, get out of here, Dom. It's here, but I can't quite connect the dots with this. So maybe I need to let it sit in the back of the investigation for a moment and follow up on some other leads. Because there's definitely at least one lead I never followed up on, which was I got fingerprints off the gun. Maybe that's something I can follow up on. Leave these motives for a bit, see if they start to coalesce in my head while I go off and investigate some physical evidence. So I'm going to head back to the lab and I'm going to get these fingerprints checked.
All right. You give them to the lab tech. You say, under the instruction of Detective Cat Delaware, all right, this will take 12 to 120 hours.
Okay. So I'm going to have to wait at least until tomorrow to get anything from that. Okay. So is there anything else I want to do? Presumably at some point I might just let the day move forward and go home and sleep and see if anything new happens in the morning. Because you never know, maybe there's a second murder. That happens sometimes in these things. So what else can I follow up on while I'm here? This blackmail thing, it's not really going anywhere yet for me.
Motive is getting sort of fuzzy. How about the other things? How about what do you reckon about the whole means thing and all that?
That's one thing I need to ask about. Yeah, so the means is based on the timing. But everyone had means, right? Everyone went up by themselves alone to go check on her. The music was blasting super, super loud, so I don't know if anyone would have heard any gunshots, regardless of the timing, right? If she's listening to heavy music with a big, with drums and bass and all that sort of stuff, well, presumably no bass. They have a single guitarist and a single drummer, so, maybe she played bass. I don't know, but right, there's no, you could probably use that to cover a gunshot without anyone really noticing if that music is really blasting. So I think anyone had the option to shoot her. What do I know about the shooting? It was 6 bullets. There was some struggle. They missed 3 times. Probably, if they're shooting, they're probably far enough away to... So how can I figure out... Everyone had an option, an opportunity. The only person who didn't go by themselves was Lily the second time, but even then, the first time she went, she was by herself.
What about this key business?
Yeah, whoever had the key would have been able to get in because the door wasn't broken down until they broke it down. So whoever killed... One thing I did think about was... if there's any security footage of maybe I could see the key being stolen, maybe I could see where she was going when she left the stage. Is there any security footage?
That's a bit of an awkward location, isn't it? Because it's backstage, it's where people get changed in a green room.
True.
And it's at the back where the buses end up. They're probably not key camera areas, so I don't think you're going to have any luck there.
Yeah, all right, cool, fair enough. So no, I don't have any footage where I can just be oh hey, I saw the murderer do it. Okay, so I can't really rely on that.
There's no fun in that.
This is London. Can't I look at any of the 7,000 CCTV cameras all around the world?
You see that Peter is telling the truth when he went and got a free coffee from the front.
Okay, so I can go to bed, I can follow up on this stuff and see if anything happens in the morning. But yeah, you're right. That means that the timing, someone needed to have that key. Can I just search people? I haven't tried that.
Remember, this is the next day, presumably.
Yeah, if they were going to chuck the key, they probably chucked the key.
Yeah.
No one's still got it on them. And if I search around, I can't find the key discarded anywhere, can I? Search the bins, search the under the tour bus, around. Can I find a discarded key anywhere? Inside the tour bus?
You can do that. You have a bit more of a search around. And indeed, as you say, under the tour bus.
Yeah, because they would have had, couldn't be inside, because they would have had to lock it on their way out.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it does look a bit as if someone has had it and then just tossed it somewhere.
Interesting.
But obviously it couldn't go too far because they'd need to leave eventually, probably, if they were part of the band. So they'd need to be able to find the keys eventually. So they didn't want it going too far.
I don't know if I can fingerprint a key as well, but maybe I can do that too and text those over to the same boffin.
All right, you can do that. You send that back over to the lab. And again, they give you look, it's going to be some time.
Sure.
And at this point, I reckon you can probably call it a day. It's getting late. It's getting late, detective.
I'm going to head back. I'm going to go to bed in my cool hotel.
You do that.
Overlooking the Thames. Is that a cool thing to do? I don't know if that's a cool place to be. It's the Thames. It's pretty cool.
You rest down on your soft, not at all cardboardy hotel pillow.
Why do you say it like that?
Drift off to sleep. And you're woken in the morning by your phone ringing.
Hello?
Hi, yes, I just thought you should know that you have been outclassed. You've been beaten. We've made an arrest.
Oh, Nala, who did you arrest? A gardener from 2 buildings over or something stupid like that?
Well, as it turns out, our people at the lab just managed to find a couple of things that needed fingerprinting. And
do you mean the fingerprints that I did?
They believe that it was my team did it.
Okay. God, no, you're worse. Simba's a lovely guy. You're mean.
And you know what? It wasn't easy. Someone went to quite an effort to make sure that no fingerprints got on anything, but did they miss some?
What did they miss?
On that pistol, did they miss just a hint? Just a little hint. Well, of Anita herself. And also, the man that we have arrested...
Who is?
Guitarist Dom Deadly.
Dom DeLuise. Solve This Murder is created by Bill Sunderland and Dani Siller. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook at Solve This Murder. For questions, queries and theories, send an email to solvethismurderpod@gmail.com. Thank you to Jared, Devon and Whit of Advanced Sagebrush and Shootouts for creating our theme music. And thanks to all of you for listening.